Hi, everybody. How are you? I'm going to move this down. I'm going to get comfortable. I'm going to sit here for a second, see if I could, this was supposed to be all set, but it wasn't. All right, we're good to go. First of all, thank you guys so much for being here, and thank you for having me. Of course, Mother Nature was like, I will see your celiac event, and I will raise you a sudden hurricane out of nowhere. But we made it. Yesterday was a little touch and go, but we are all here, and I am thrilled to kick off this summit today, this morning. One, because I'm so happy to be a part of this inaugural event, an incredible community. Obviously, you know, raising awareness about, trying to find solutions for a cure for celiac disease. And two, maybe not as important, but awfully close. This is the first time in 8 months I am wearing grown-up adult clothes. I will explain why in a second, but you all, suffice to say, should be thrilled I'm not wearing a hospital gown that opens in the front, or as my kids like to say, don't do that, opens in the back. They don't like that. They don't like when it opens in the back. So I was asked to be here today, not because I live with celiac disease, because I don't, although I know so many people who do, and not because I am tired of explaining to all of my friends who eat gluten-free as a way to lose weight that if you don't have a gluten problem, then gluten is not your biggest problem. I am here today because I did something this year that you all have done just by showing up today. You made a choice to put your health first, no matter how hard or how uncomfortable or how time-consuming or how painstaking it was. You put your health first, and that takes courage, and it takes time, and it takes self-advocacy, and I did that too, so I totally get it. 8 months ago, I received a call from the genetics department at Sloan Kettering that I had tested positive for the BRCA1 cancer gene, which, to put in lay terms, which, by the way, everything should be put in lay terms. Now that I've done all this medical stuff, we should always talk in lay terms, because then my kids will actually understand me. What it means is that I had a predisposition to breast and ovarian cancer. My mom had just beaten cancer. She was diagnosed with stage 3 breast and lymph node cancer during the pandemic. She beat it, yay, and that's awesome, thank you very much. And when doctors crunched the numbers, it turns out that I had something like a 48% chance of developing breast cancer, and somewhere close to that for ovarian cancer, which is what a high number to walk around thinking that you're basically a 1 in 2 chance of getting this. So my doctor sat me down, gave me 2 options. Number 1, you can have MRIs every 6 months with the constant worry that something might happen. Or number 2, you can have surgery. 1 week later, I was in the hospital having elected to undergo a full hysterectomy. 3 weeks after that, I was in the hospital again, having elected to have a bilateral mastectomy. And 2 months after that, I had a full reconstruction, all in the last 8 months, which is why I've been in hospital gowns that open in the front and the back, very comfortable baggy sweats, which is the only redeeming, no, I'm just kidding. Today, just 5 weeks removed from surgery because of my choice, right? Because I took matters into my hands about my health, despite how long it was gonna take and how messy it sometimes got and how much my body was gonna change because of my empowering choice. I'm healthy, I'm happy, I live happy every day, I'm cancer-free, and hopefully I will be for a very long time. And each of you, thank you, yeah, but each of you are doing the same thing. You're doing something radical, right? You're taking your own health into your hands. You're taking your power back, and that's what this is all about. And like with celiac disease, the weight of knowing that your genes might or have already betrayed you, that's a heavy burden to bear. And for me, I took all of that fear and all of that uncertainty that was sort of thrust upon me, and I turned it into this, for lack of a better term, this tunnel vision focus on what I could do for myself and in turn, really, for my children, right? You're also the best advocate for your health. That's why it's called a hysterectomy. It's not a hysterectomy. If it was, we'd be doing things for everybody else. That was my 8-year-old's joke. She goes, please use it. I'm like, I'll never get it in. And I got it in. It's a hysterectomy, Quitty. Look, I was born with a genetic risk, and I took control of my options, and you can do the same thing, and that is the message that we really want to pass along today, choice right? You choose, not everybody else, about anyone else, but you. Informed decision-making, it's just an invaluable tool in managing health risks, whether they're related to celiac disease or cancer or obesity or any of the other health factors. I talk all the time about the power that we all have to take care of our bodies, right? We only get one. You get one vessel. It takes you from birth to death, and what you do to it and how you take care of it, that is on you. Side note, if anyone wants to do stuff with their body, like we can work out, we can train, we do some lunges, anything y'all want to do, we could talk about that later. Sidetracked, and we get right back to where we are. We also have the power to take control of our health and to make choices that align with our values and our priorities. And it's not just about your genetic makeup, right? BRCA for me or celiac disease for you. It's about the choices we make and the support we receive and the tools that we share to help ourselves to eventually find a cure. We want a world where the celiac community can live and eat without fear. And while I'm at it, we also sort of want a D'Agostino on 54th Street that's got a slightly larger, gluten-free aisle, because all they have are pretzels and crackers, and I'm not even gluten-free, and I feel bad for the gluten-free community on the west side of Manhattan. And to get to that point, what do we have to do? We have to support each other, which is what we're doing today. We have to root for each other, which is what we do all year long. And we have to advocate for research that'll accelerate treatments and interventions for serious genetic diseases. I looked at a bad gene in my body and I said, yeah, and that's it? That's what you got? And I did what I needed to do. And I didn't let it beat me. And you can do the same thing. I say this all the time with regards to your body, with regards to your health, with regards to your mind or your mindset. Nothing changes if nothing changes. So do something to ignite that change.